And we are back. Pokemon Heart Gold, a hardcore Nuzlocke. We're going to give another randomized run here a shot. We beat the Leaf Green one, we beat the Emerald one. So, can we make it 3 in a row and beat this Gen 4 hardcore randomizer? Let's find out. For our starters, we've got the Togekiss, we've got the Gulpin, and we've got the Linoon. So, it makes it a pretty easy choice for us. We're going to lock in that red, white, and blue, the very huggable Togepi evolution. Let's do this thing. Our first new encounter is going to be the Raikou found on Route 29. However, it ends up with the slow start ability, the signature Regigigas passive, and that is an absolute tragedy. So, for the first 3 turns, Raikou's speed and physical attack are going to be cut in half, and that just cripples it. That's up there with Truant from the Slaking line. He's still going to see a little bit of light of day just because he is Raikou, so look forward to that. But this could have been a staple all the way to the Elite Four, unfortunately. And then for our Route 46 encounter, it's going to be the Riolu. Drop back, chuck the Pokeball, and get very hyped for a potential Lucario. For our Route 30 encounter, it's going to be the little Krabby here, who's going to end up with the Illuminate ability, so nothing great there. However, the Riolu has pressure, and I have a sneaky suspicion that the Lucario is going to end up with something very favorable, so just wait and see what happens there. And then in Route 31, we run into a Jinx with the immunity passive, so it cannot be poisoned. It's pretty niche, but can be useful. Drop back, check the Pokeball, and secure it. And then in Route 32, we run into Magneton here. Got that electric steel typing, very nice. However, it ends up with the Flower Gift passive, so it's buffing grass types. Not going to be seeing any light of day on that, but still a really good find. For our Dark Cave encounter, where you usually get the Zubat in a vanilla run, we end up running into the Intimidate Makahita. Pretty cool stuff there. It will lose that ability upon evolution, but still, we can milk it until then. Secure yet another first encounter. For our Sprout Tower first encounter, it is going to be the Fighting type Hitmonchan. It's going to end up with the Cute Charm ability. Chuck the Pokeball and secure it. It is now time to take on Falkner, the first gym leader. Usually has a Pidgey and a Pidgeot, or a Pidgeotto, I should say. So I'm really looking forward to this as he sends out the upgraded Groudon. Unbelievable here. A terrible matchup for the Magneton. We get out of there so we don't have to hit that 4x Mud Shot on top of Stab. A little bit of leftovers for reprieve as we get the Fake Out down on top of an Intimidate Makahita, which is just really nice here. We should be okay given the level advantage as well, since we match the Ace and not the little Groudon here. As the Mudshot comes down, we lose a little bit of speed, but we return with the Sand Attack, trying to make Groudon miss some of these attacks to make it more advantageous for our side, and that is exactly what is happening. These Sand Attacks really adding up, and Groudon cannot hit Leia the Makahita to save its life, and its accuracy continues to fall back as the leftovers ramps up, healing the Makahita all the way back up to full. Really good stuff here. Some little cheeky little strategies as we lean into another Vital Throw and get a fadeaway crit on the legendary Groudon. As far as the ace, it is going to be the Uxie, and yet another Pokemon countering the initial Pokemon we have out there in typing. So we pivot into our slow start Raikou, an absolute hot take here, the best legendary dog, but we are just going to run in and use Leer while our attack and speed is half, potentially lining up that full damage bite if we can just stall out for 3 turns. But the Staff Confusion comes down, and Owen is chilling about half HP. Uxie doing work. It looks like it's asleep, but it is just confusing us as the rest is here. It wants to fall asleep, but we just get a one-shot bite. It is super effective. We stalled out the slow start, and that is the first gym badge. Let's go. While running around trying to upgrade our Riolu into that Lucario with the friendship here, we are also using these steps to hatch the egg that we got from one of the professor's aides here, and it is going to be none other than the bug type Pinsir, and it's going to end up with Intimidate, which could actually be really massive, so I'm looking forward to using her throughout this run. And then for our Union Cave first encounter, it is going to be the chubby and lovable Wigglytuff. Chuck the Premier Ball and secure it. This one's going to end up with the Rivalry passive, which isn't the greatest, but it's still a solid normal type. For our Route 33 first encounter, it is going to be the Poison type Swalot. It's going to end up with the Volt Absorb passive, which is pretty fun. Chuck the Premier Ball and secure it. For our Slowpoke Cave, or well, is it Slowpoke Cave? Yeah. For our Slowpoke Well first encounter, it is going to be the Typhlosion here, and he's going to end up with the Tangled Feet passive, which raises your evasion when you're confused, which is super interesting, super niche, but we should still be able to find some really good use in him in this run. All right, and then right before the second gym here, our rival comes out from the side, and we chuck out our Intimidate Pinsir here. We're going to utilize his really high, or her really high physical attack stat, I should say. The Vice Grip comes down and completely one-shots the Abra as our rival sends out yet another Abra here, and Pinsir makes swift work of that. However, the Gengar is going to be our rival's ace here, level 18, looking fantastic. So we are going to get out of dodge here as we don't have any abilities that can hit him. And unbelievably so, Gengar has Shadow Tag or Arena Trap, one of the abilities that locks you in. On top of that, he uses Mean Look, so we definitely can't get out of here. And now we are stuck against an opponent that we cannot hit as he is toying with us, gets the curse down. Now we're losing 25% of our health each turn. We just can't hit Gengar, and Amidala falls. Anakin and Obi-Wan, we're not here to save her in this moment, in this regard. So we send in Darth Vader himself to get some redemption to avenge his daughter. We drop back with the Thunder Shock and defeat our rival. Let's go see what Bugsy is up to. All right. Time to take on Bugsy, the second gym leader here. Usually has a very underwhelming team, so let's see if the randomizer can help him out as the Pichu comes down. So I would say Pichu is not as good as the Scizor, as Leia completely gets her to half HP, but she returns with the Sweet Kiss here, and we hurt ourselves in confusion. However, that leftover is doing absolute work this run. The tail whip comes down, we are confused, and we hurt ourselves on top of the tail whip, so we do even more damage to ourselves. That is not what we want to see here, so we're going to look to swap into one of our healthier options, but we can still swap back in for the Intimidate Fake Out combination, which is pretty big. But we swap into the Thunder Wave with Kenobi, our Typhlosion, so now we are paralyzed and confused. The Pichu really leaning into that utility, and it is doing work right now. We have no answer to this as Kenobi is really struggling, but does break through both the confusion and the paralysis to land the stab Ember, and Pichu is no more. So thankfully a little bit of saving grace there as we go into the Magneton against the Luminion. Just a water type here, and our electric is going to have a good time as we get her under half HP. She responds with Water Gun in the rain, doesn't do too much damage as we drop back for one more Thunder Shock, and that is enough to put down the Water Fish. But the Tangrowth is here. It's going to be the final bastion of hope for Bugsy as we lean in for the Thunder Wave, just in case this is going to be more of a long, drawn-out fight, as Tangrowth is a very tanky grass type. We're going to lean into the Sonic Boom just to bypass those defenses, get 20 damage right off the top, but the Sleep Powder connects, and our magnets are asleep. I repeat, our magnets are asleep, so we're going to pivot into our starter, Anakin, get that red, white, and blue Togekiss in there, and we drop back with an Air Slash, fade away on Bugsy, and that will do it. Secure that second gym badge, and I think we will call the video there. I'm just kidding. The show must go on, and our Ilex Forest encounter is going to be the Yanma. It's going to end up with the Keen Eye ability. Drop back, chuck the netball, and secure it. And then for our Route 34 first encounter, it's going to be the Fire Horse Ponyta. It's going to end up with the Frisk ability, chuck the fastball, and secure it. And then at long last, we get the Riolu evolution into the Lucario, and I kid you not, let's just do a little drum roll here and reveal the huge power Lucario. Now, we do have a negative attack stat, but that huge power is going to mean Lucario is going to be punching things so hard. These Force Bombs are going to be off the chain. If we can get him a really immaculate physical damage moveset, this run is completely over. So, Leaf, if you're watching this, this one is for you. All right, we've lost one Pokemon so far, and we've paved the way to fight Whitney, or Author Jasmine, in this regard for that third gym badge. She chucks out her Gliscor instead of Clefable, goes in for that defense buff, but it's no problem as we lean into the yawn to get a really nice setup. We just got the huge power Lucario, so why not flex with it? The sand attack comes down, minusing our accuracy, which isn't what you want to see, but it's okay. I believe in this Lucario as we lean into the Swords Dance. Gliscor still trying to harden up and get that defense where she wants it, but it's not going to be enough at the end of the day as we get another Swords Dance, and now we are maxed out attack with huge power. Gliscor is going to get deleted into the next dimension, but all we have to do is connect, and the Force Palm fades with a critical hit. Beautiful stuff, and now Whitney's going to have her ace, and it is Palkia. Of course, it is the legendary Palkia. If you guys saw my Soul Link with Sox Ford, you know how I feel about this ridiculous Pokemon. It's the reason we lost the run, but we drop back with a Force Palm and give me a little bit of sweet satisfaction, but we do secure the gym badge, and I will take that. As far as this video goes, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.